righty, here we are. We've had a 2-week vacation because I had to get my bionic hip.
Yes.
So
We're happy that you did.
well, I don't know if I am or not yet.
You will be.
I'm not myself, and you'll be able to tell that by the way this show goes today, because we're shooting from the hip, literally. My new bionic hip's got its own pistol. So here we are at the Crystal Clearpoint studio. Crystal herself is not with us today. She's a little under the weather. And I'm going to tell you right now, this heat is enough to make everybody go insane. It really is.
Well, you've seen the kegs, right? To say whatever I said. I'm apologizing for whatever I said when it was 109 outside.
Yeah. I should just probably have one that says that all the time. I just apologize ahead of time, period. I don't care what temperature it is or whatever.
I speak my mind. I'm so sorry, but just go with it.
Yeah, I was telling my son the other day, who finally came to visit me. This is his attitude. Okay, this is my fault. I raised him this way because he hasn't called me a lot since I had my surgery or anything like that. And I'm like, did you think that it might be important to check on me? He goes, no, if you died, I knew someone would call me. Like, yeah.
Well, if your son is anything like mine, both of mine, especially the older one, when you're sick or incapacitated, they might see something they don't want to see, so they don't come.
Oh, no, that's not it. My son just doesn't deal with stress well. I mean, let me rephrase that. He has a lot of stress in his life. So if he is a master at avoiding adding more stress to it if it's not necessary.
Yes, I get that.
He knew I had good friends and a good husband to take care of me, so he wasn't too concerned. And if he knew if I needed something, I'd call and yell at him. So, but
well, that's why I haven't drugged myself over there. I figure if you needed me, you knew where I was.
Yeah, no, she has not drugged herself over here because my mom has been mean to her.
That's okay.
And pushed her last button, and then it just was ugly. And it is what it is.
I'm usually very, very patient, but I was concerned about you, and I was concerned about how you were getting along after, simply because of the pain and stuff. And she did push my last button.
She did. It is. And I would like to say that I was wise enough just to sit there and let it play out. But the bottom line was I was so fucking high, I didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to do anything, really. I wanted to say more, but then, when you said, think about me, I'm like, you're right. I need to think about how it would impact her, because she's the one who's in need right now, not me.
I've had some really good friends, though, through this. My friend Amy has sent over meals. She's come and held my hand. She brought me a feast fit for a king or queen at the hospital when I stayed overnight. And in fact, she's bringing lunch over here today. So she's been bringing me food. So if I have not lost any weight since the surgery, it's her fault. I'm blaming her. And Luann has been here helping me because there for several days I couldn't be by myself. And of course, Mother is older and can't really get along well. And now Mother's having problems as well. We've got to go to the cardiologist.
You can't expect her to help you lift your leg and stuff like that. She just can't do that.
No, I tell you what, it was funny though. In the hospital, I had to stay overnight. Normally you don't have to stay overnight with a hip replacement, but I had to because I had really bad cramps. So I was on my anesthesia. They gave me a pain medication because of the muscle cramp, which did not help the muscle cramp. And I told them that would not. Screaming bloody murder. I don't cry or scream. So this gives you an idea what was going on. And so they eventually said, oh, maybe she's right. Maybe we just need to give her a muscle relaxer.
Duh.
So by 6 o'clock that night, I was feeling no pain. And I'm sitting there doing rocket kicks in my bed all night long. And plus, I had to get up every hour and a half to go to the bathroom. And I was getting up so much that they finally they didn't strap me to the bed. Are you coming back, Luann?
Yes, I don't know what's going on here. Hang on.
Okay. But they turned the bed alarm on so that every time I lifted my ass off of the bed, this alarm would go off. So by the time I got home the next day, I was exhausted because I hadn't had any sleep. And by that time, all the medicine was wearing off. And but I did not take medication with both my knee replacements. and did fine. I took medication for the first 8 days. I had to. This was harder than the knee replacements. I don't know what people are saying when they say the hips are easier. I didn't find it to be that way. So, but I
Okay, well,
survived. And I'm still doing my PT. The PT therapist will be here in a little bit. And I'm
good.
doing my exercises, and then I take some ibuprofen, and then I fall out in the recliner and sleep for about an hour. So it's exhausting. What are you doing, Luann?
I don't know. It just all of a sudden decided that you didn't need to see me live.
Well, I don't like this. Stop it.
Well, I'm trying to, but I am in my living room because of the flood of 15 days ago.
They still haven't got that cleared out?
Well, finally they did last Thursday and replaced the padding and everything. But you know, when you have to take everything out of your closet and put it in your bed on your bed,
Oh, shit.
it's like, okay, now do I, of course I'm moving, and so I'm packing. I guess you're not going to see me.
Well, that's a little odd, actually. It's a little
Oh yeah.
disconcerting.
So
Aren't you glad you're going to be moving, though? I mean, you're moving to
yeah,
a big
it's
place.
time. It's time, and this place is old also and has huge trees, and I like that. I like that a lot. So it doesn't want to stop. Oh, she's
Well, so Luann is moving, and I'm recovering, and we're getting ready to display our wares. No, we're not stripping. We're going to be
not those wares.
yeah, well, for enough money, I'd consider it. But um,
Yeah, you are feeling better.
I am, aren't I? We're going to be at Party Fest the last day of the month, which is a big vendor conference showcase for people that are in the gig industry. And it's a big deal to have a booth there. It's even a bigger deal to be less than a year old in the business and have a booth there. And so we're going to be showcasing and talking about what we do. And we have a new website going up for Miles of Smiles in the next day or so that has some of our old services on it, but we've added some new services as well. And I'm really proud of that because we're an intuitive entertainment company, which means that we talk to people and we talk to people about themselves. Okay. And traditionally, people have always just thought about that as being gypsy fortune tellers or card readers or tea leaf readers or whatever, you know. And primarily though, you're an entertainer, so some of them may be intuitive, some of them might just be good at reading people, whatever, but they're entertaining. But we've kind of kicked it up a notch. We have handwriting analysis, we have kiss readings, we can customize readings. Oh, Luann left. She'll be back. Someone keep talking. And look, you can see Gemma in the floor over there. She's been guarding me ever since I got home. And we came up with a new one called caricatures, which is actually spelled like characters. And it's an iPad drawn anime caricature that we email to you that's done by a young lady. We have a new service called Kiss Syncs, which is where we do kiss readings. And then we also assign to you your own personal song. And we have a guitarist there that will play you part of your song so that you can remember that and even record it if you want to. So we have a lot of neat things that we're anxious to show people and talk to them about. And we'll be passing out some custom oils that were designed just for this event and a little goodie bag and things like that. And I will be on a scooter because I imagine I'll still be tired. And so I hope not to run anybody over. There she is. I just kept talking about what we were doing at Party Fest.
I was hoping that you would do that.
You know me, I can fill up dead time. So,
Well, no, nothing I did brought me back until I rebooted. So that's okay.
well, I put my hand on the TV screen and I raised you from the dead.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, and that's I made a little I think we're going to call it Joy.
I got the joy,
a little roll
in my heart.
on. It's going to have frankincense, rosemary, and ylang ylang.
Those are my favorite scents, some of them. So I'm excited about that. So
I think it smells really good. So I will make a whole bunch and then we'll figure out some kind of label to put on
Yeah,
there.
I've already stuffed 150 little gift bags. I got 50 more. I'm only doing 200. After that, they're on their own.
Well, when we were talking about it and what did we want to use, one of the things I thought of as well, what we want to do as Miles of Smiles is pass on joy to people and make their whatever they're doing pleasant and um, relatable. Is that a good word to use?
Well, it's not the one I would have picked, but yeah, we can go there.
Well, I just, you want them to be happy when they're celebrating or when they're having a party and so joy is part of that. Happiness is a
Yeah,
part
what
of
I have found that makes people feel joyful or content or happy or some positive thing is number one, they feel like we see them. We
hmm
connect with them because we see them. I hear that a lot. It's like you see me. And
hmm
it's kind of surprising to me how many people don't feel seen. And I got to thinking about that. And you know what? I don't feel seen. I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
And so I was kind of excited. We're redoing the website, and Matthew Pierce at Metaphysical Events is doing our website because that's one of the things he's really good at. And he says, well, I took the privilege of showing your mock-up to someone that we both know. I don't know who it is. I really don't. And the first thing they said to me is that you captured Deborah beautifully. This is her essence, it's her colors, it's her personality. And I
hmm
felt like he did. I felt like he captured a large part of me. So I'm a little interested to find out who that was because that means there's somebody out there that sees me and I want to talk to them. I
I
want to be
want
their
you to see
friend.
me.
I want to be their friend.
Um, well, that casual picture he took of you when we did a birthday party in the
The
hat,
hat.
that's an excellent picture.
It's on the cards. It's on our new business cards.
I just love that picture.
And what is so cool is that I'm sorry. So my friend Amy had the idea about using playing cards as some way of using our business cards. So I took that and he and I brainstormed on it. So we have the card in the front. I got a calligraphy signature with my name as well, which I thought that was kind of stupid at first, I'll be honest, but I'm so glad he talked me into it because it's really cool and it does really add a neat touch. And I made them do it 4 times before they got it close to what I would accept because the handwriting was wrong. I'm like, oh no, we're not doing that. That's an anger tick. No, that's depression. No, you're going to have to change those letters. We're not going to have that in my signature. But it says on the front of the card, you're always a winner with Miles of Smiles. And then you turned it over and I told him I just wanted like the ace of spades. And so he took the ace of spades though, and he did a rose in the center of the spade. And there are people actually wanting to get that tattoo. There's my husband. What you need, baby? Yeah, we're on record. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, so it and I love it. It's a real simple design, the spade and everything. This is real life, people. Just get used to it. Okay. We're not a professional podcast. This is real life. People work from the house here. We got people living here. I got dogs, whatever. Just deal with it.
Well, that's what I was going to say about my flood. I'm in my living room because of the flood.
But anyway, so I'm really excited about our cards. I really like them. And I thought he did a really great job. But the thing that I like about Matthew the most is that he's very knowledgeable. It's one thing to have a nice looking website. It's another thing to understand how it gets seen on the internet. And it was hard to get seen 20 years ago on the internet when it was new. But now there's billions, literally billions of websites and things on the internet. And if you don't have the right catchphrases with the right SEO, and I don't even know what SEO means. Okay. I throw that out there like I'm an expert. Oh, we got great SEO. I don't know what that is, but we got it. Okay. It's like, I don't know what COVID is, but I got it. No.
Not now, thanks.
No. So, and I've just been so impressed with how he's put this together. And he's like, no, that won't work, Deborah. And he'll explain to me why it won't work. But there's a guy on Facebook goes, just follow the process. He's so funny. He's a guy that he reviews other people's cooking videos.
Oh,
And he goes, "Oh, what you doing, girl? What you do? Okay. All right, we're gonna follow the process." So, yeah.
just believe in it. Believe in the
Yeah,
process.
yeah, just follow the process. So, and I'm telling you, I'm really excited to get this up and get it in operation and let everybody see it. And I'm real proud of it. So, kudos to Matthew Pierce, metaphysical.
Yay.
All right. So,
Yay.
all right. So, are you going to have a housewarming when you get moved?
Hadn't
Do people do
considered
that
it.
anymore?
No, usually they don't. Usually when I invite my friends, they say, I can't come. You got a cat.
I have a pussy and people come see me. Did I
It's
just
a
say
different
that?
kind of cat.
And I am not on medicine right now. I just want you to know this is my real personality. But that's an interesting point though. What do people do still that they used to do? I have been I can't think of the right word. I guess surprised. I'll just go with the word surprised. I have been surprised at what people wear to professional meetings.
Hmm.
I've been out of the loop with networking and stuff because I haven't had to network or interface or market or anything for my PI business for years. I've got a set routine, set clientele, blah, blah, blah. And I go to things and I'm like, really? This is okay now? This is acceptable? And
Yeah, when it's a national meeting, you would think at least business casual.
I don't know what that means anymore. What does that even
Uh,
mean anymore?
Well, to
Seriously.
me, it means not your torn jeans or shorts. I mean, you could wear jeans, but they need to be nice. They need to be well maintained.
Well, I've
Uh,
actually been to places where as the hired help, so to speak, as
mhm.
entertainment, where I was overdressed compared to the clientele. Now, a lot of that's because I don't get told what they're doing,
Mhm.
and so I
Mhm.
try to dress nicely and stuff like that. But I don't know what is it like. A friend of mine called and says I've been invited to a wedding reception, and it says cocktail dress, and I'm like, fuck if I know. I used to. I could go right to my closet and here's the cocktail section.
Mhm.
Who knows? I don't know.
Well, I would think something short and pretty or classy or I mean, I think party. I think I don't know. I always think of that. Was that movie with? Oh God! And she wore a short. I think it was some sort of velvet, and it had little sleeves, but it was tight fitting in the top. It was really classy looking, but
Well,
that's what she wore for cocktail.
I don't know anymore. I see all things across the board, all things across the board. And so I think the rule of thumb that I'm going to go back to, which I used for years, is that I'm going to wear what I'm comfortable in, what makes me feel good, what makes me feel a little sexy, and will not offend people if I bend over.
Correct. Well, we went to where we were demonstrating, and it was at a country club, so I kind of thought it would be a little more dressy. I was wrong.
You were wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's hard to know.
I had some jewelry on that I took off, and
Well, I wind up taking off most of my stuff through the night. Anyway, if I'm there more than 2 hours, like at a party,
mhm,
because I'll wear a big bracelet or, and I'll wear several rings and I may wear several necklaces because I like them and stuff. And I think I look good. But by the end of the night, that's come off. This has come off. The hat has come off, even though I love my hat, because I feel like I'm just weighted down, you know?
mhm.
And frankly, I guess I'm not a good judge or a good example to follow on this because frankly, I could go anywhere and be naked and be comfortable. I'm comfortable in my own skin, people. I am,
I've certainly gotten that way.
you know, and so if it wouldn't get me arrested or thrown out, I don't care. But of course, now I look like something from Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory because I have a scar from here to here because of my breast reduction. I have a scar from hip to hip. because of my C-section and another surgery. I have 2 knee scars for my knee replacements. And now I have another little scar right here for my hip replacement. So from here up, I'm pretty good. And from the ankles down, I'm pretty
Yeah, I have some horrible scars.
I look like I went through World War II and got blew up by one of the hand grenades.
That's all right.
So,
That's all right.
it is what it is. It
Yeah.
is what it is. So you went, Martha, who is our Martha Decker, who is our 3rd team member at the DFW Paranormal Investigations, invited us to go to a shindig this weekend. I could not go because I was exhausted. And the idea of being outdoors in the heat just shoot me then,
Well, considering your predicament right now, it was a lot of walking. It would have been a lot of walking for you.
Oh, that wouldn't have
We
worked.
really didn't walk that far, but for you, it would have been.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have worked. So tell them about that.
We were south of Canton in an area that is great. My camera decided there.
Here you go. You're good.
That was darker than just the city. It was pretty. You could see lots and lots of stars. But the point of this get together was to do what's called a Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, a CE5, which is about attracting UFOs.
What's a CE5?
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, got it.
It's to invite them where you are and ask them to come by and say, hey.
I bet they wanted a formal invitation.
And this is what it is. It's supposed to be a formal invitation. We went out about midnight, got in our chairs, and did a meditation. It cracks me up. If we decide to talk about this, I think in the future I want Martha to come right before we meet, and we'll just talk about it. But we did a meditation, and in the meditation, Stephen Greer, who's very proactive in trying to get the information out there about UFOs that have already visited and the information that the government has. So, he walks a fine line between people thinking he's a nut, and he's actually been, he had 2 assistants pass because they were targeted by the government. And he was very ill for a long time because of this targeting. So it's not, they don't want him to talk about it.
So what do you mean when you said that he was targeted by the government? What did they do?
There is a machine that actually emits electromagnetic field.
Oh God.
EMFs.
Yeah.
And they were bombarded with that for a long time.
Oh, that'll make you so sick.
And it made him very sick. But anyway, and he says his phone is tapped all the time, and they just don't want him to get the information out there. But this meeting, if you look up Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer, it'll give you all the information you need. But his protocol is called CE5, and that's where you just do this meditation and then send out your intentions. And he said, if you're not, you need to try to be as open as possible, as pure of heart as possible, as serious as possible, as, yes, I want you to come and let's have a conversation, even if it's telepathically. Let's see what your ship looks like. And he's just very fascinating. And that's what Martha is trying to do with this group. She said she's never really had enough people, but there were 7 of us there. And we did not see any, we did see 2 anomalies. One was a light between 2 stars that appeared red to us. um, that blinked every 50 seconds. And then we watched that for a while. And I don't remember what the other anomaly was.
Well, you know, we had one over Dallas last week. I was watching this from the hospital, I think, or shortly after I got home in my drug stupor, but this really was on the news where there was a line of lights over the Dallas area, and it was like 10 of them in a row, you know, and it was like at an angle. And and I don't know that they ever offered us an explanation about what those lights were. And it was very fascinating, you know. Um, I don't know. Do you believe in UFOs?
We're not alone in the universe. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's kind of arrogant to think that this is it, right? You know, oh, this
I
is the
mean,
best God could do.
there
Wow.
are galaxies upon galaxies upon galaxies out there. And so you think we're the only third rock from the sun that's inhabited?
Yeah. I mean, seriously, if this
No,
is the best that God could do, I'm not going to be a Christian anymore.
no.
Forgive me.
There
I
are
mean it.
others.
That was a bad joke.
No, but and um he does not this Dr. Greer does not believe that extraterrestrials are a menace to us. He doesn't believe they mean us harm. He does think that we're harming, they do think that we're harming the earth.
Well, yeah, I don't think anybody would disagree with that. It doesn't take a
Mm-mm,
high school education to figure that out.
no.
So,
So I don't know. It's just I didn't see, but we had a meteor shower Saturday night.
oh, I didn't know that.
Pleiades meteor shower, and we
Right.
did see lots of meteors. It was very cool. Very, very
So,
cool.
what? Here's the only thing I wonder about. What do they expect people to come down and talk to you, or are they just expecting a light show, or well, what does it take to feel like you've had confirmation that you've had some kind of connection?
Uh, I think that we actually want to see something, but many people have had telepathic communication. So I think that we want physical eye contact, and some people have had that, and they have had ships just suddenly appear. They didn't kind of drive in, they just appeared.
Right.
So I think there's all kinds of things that can take place. But I guess for me, and maybe a lot of people, you want something that you see.
Well, I think that for me personally, I think I'm open to anything
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of things that I don't see with my physical eyes that I know exist because of experiences I've had and stuff. And, you know, I can remember being 3 years old and we lived about a mile from the airport out in Texarkana. And so we could see the lights from the airport at night. And I can remember thinking that if I could control the lights at the airport, I'm laying in the backyard at night. And if I could control the lights at the airport, I could send a signal and maybe they would come pick me up and take me to my real home. I'm three
A
years
lot of people
old.
feel that way.
I'm 3 years old though. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, where does that come from? You know, I mean, that's a
Well, I
pretty,
think a lot of us that question these sort of things or want to know more, we're the sort of people that feel like we never really fit in any place in particular.
well, you know, I don't disagree with that, but it goes even a step further for me. I don't want to fit. I look around, my big, snarky comment is that I love humanity. It's just humans I can't stand.
Yeah, these are not my people.
Yeah, I don't I don't want to fit in, and at the same time, I want people to not try to make me fit in, and not to criticize me because they can't control me.
Mm-hmm.
And but I finally reached a place in my life where I don't really give a shit enough to even think about it anymore.
Well,
I never really
that
cared.
goes back to when we talked about labels and people judging people.
Yeah. Used
And
to I would stand up and yell at people and tell them to fuck off or whatever, and now I don't even feel the need to do that. I just shake my head going, oh, bless your heart.
okay,
Whatever.
thank you very much for the
Yeah.
input.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I knew you were gonna do this. Just can you just get the fuck away from me? So
But But I think that it was a group of people that are, I know several of them are empaths, and there were two, and plus myself, that are intuitive, that are psychic about what goes on. So this is a group of people that were interested.
I would
And
have loved to have been there. I think that would have been really a lot of
well,
fun.
Martha said that she wants to do it again. So before we do it again, let's have her on and let's talk about, if she's going to do it like on a Saturday, then the 2 Mondays before, or not the Monday before, but 2 weeks before. That way that gives people time to contact her. And
Well, let me tell you what I've done. Going back to the website update, I have added the link to DFW Paranormal Investigations to the Miles of Smiles website. Originally, I had decided not to do that. However, I've just said, fuck it. I've said that a lot today, haven't I? So
yes, that's okay.
it is what it is. This is all a part of who I am. And I'm at a point in my life where, you know what, I don't have to do any of this if I don't want to, but I am doing all of this, so I'm going to embrace all of it as much as possible. So I've added that link to the Miles of Smiles website. And what encouraged me to do that is that the site has been up about 3 months officially. And in the 3 months' time, we've done 2 investigations and had really positive results with both of those. We're doing the ghost investigation in October for Texacom at the Adolphus Hotel. I would like to see us doing at least 1 investigation a quarter, since we do this stuff for free. We can't spend all our time doing that. But I would like to expand our horizons because I don't know if you noticed on Facebook, I have changed my bio to say investigators of all worlds. I'm no longer a private investigator. I'm no longer just a spiritual investigator. I am now an investigator of all worlds. And I really want to embrace that, And if people think I'm weird, well, so what? They've thought that all of their life. So I'm going to give them something to really chew on now.
I hate to tell you, but I used to think Shirley MacLaine was weird because she would talk about her crystals. And now I am that person. So there you go.
Here's the bottom line for me. I like to explore everything. The only thing I'm totally grounded in and I'm totally rooted in is my relationship with God. And in my mind, God made everything else. So it is okay for me to explore it and to embrace it as long as I'm focused on it and how to use it for good and to enhance this world and to enhance the quality of life for the people that I know. That's the way I look at it. Otherwise, why did he make it in the first place? Because think about it. Why did God make all these different rocks, all these different colors, all these different combinations of things? Why do we have all these different plants? Why didn't we just have one big tree, that gives shade tree and it had like 3 or 4 fruits on it? How simple would that be? Very, very simple, So,
then we wouldn't have all the herbals we have and
exactly.
all the alternative medicines that we have.
Exactly. So, I've had a lot of people attacking me lately. And
well, you're just drawing attention to yourself, and that's okay.
Well, I hope I'm making them think, maybe it's at least making them think. And I challenge anyone that wants to come and debate or discuss or, compare notes or whatever. But if you're going to talk about me, do it to my face and don't do it behind my back.
I'm going to talk about you. Oh.
Let's give them something to talk about. I love that song.
Well, so I had a great weekend, and I'm telling you, we had the hostess with the mostest, Nancy and Henry. If we go back, I'm going to tell her I'm not coming unless you let me donate to the food.
So they fed you good, huh?
There was hamburgers and hot dogs and salad and fruit and There were 2 plates of vegetables and dip and chips and dips.
See, that's what y'all did wrong. Y'all should have been projecting pictures of all that food up into the cosmos and say, "Hey, picnic time."
Come try this out.
That would have got that would have got their attention, surely.
Wanna try something new? It's here on our table.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think all of this is intriguing and interesting, and I'm looking forward to having more time to explore it and different things like that. And so
But
I'm
what
sorry.
was odd is once we got out there at midnight, it had cooled off to 78 degrees. And during the time that we were out there, a breeze came up. It was so pleasant, so nice. Of course, I used my off, but I wasn't bothered by any kind of bugs or
I was just going to ask that. Yeah.
mosquitoes or anything.
So why did y'all start at midnight? What was the deal about starting at midnight?
It seems that a lot of the activity is centered around that time. Plus, it's easier to see the ships because
Okay.
they're light,
That
they're
makes
lighter.
sense.
But the other thing that did occur to me is Dr. Greer said they never do it during a meteor shower. And I thought, oh, well, maybe that's why we didn't get any physical
So maybe
contact.
poor planning on the timing.
Yeah, because it was great to see the meteors, don't get me wrong. But you'd have to admit, if we're going through a debris field of a comet or this meteor shower, do they really want to show up to get?
Well, but then again, on the other hand, is if they know how to navigate and they're protected, what a great way to hide themselves. They're just part of the shower.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
he just mentioned in something I was watching that they didn't do it during a meteor shower.
Well, that's interesting.
I didn't get his why or wherefore, but I thought, oh, well, okay.
All
But
right.
he's
Well, I'm glad
bigger.
to be back. It doesn't seem like we missed 2 weeks. The 2 weeks have
But
just
we
kind of been a
did.
blur for me. But I'm glad we're back on track.
Right?
And so tell everybody, because I'm getting tired.
That's okay.
Tell everybody how to find you.
You can find me at herbal-lu.com, herbal-lu.com, or herballu1105 at gmail.com. And I also have a Facebook, Herbal Lu, a Facebook page. I try to post, but I haven't been doing it this week for some reason. And I guess that's it.
Because we're just tired. We're tired.
We're
We don't have to
tired.
do it every
We're
day.
hot and tired.
I'm going to tell you right now, if they don't do something about this temperature, I may go stark raving mad.
And who's going to do something? You're expecting the government to do something?
Well,
Who
they're
are
the
you
one
talking
controlling
to?
it. You know, they're the ones controlling it.
Oh, bull. You better have a conversation with Mother Nature.
I don't care. Somebody in charge needs to fix it. So anyway, this is sponsored by Miles of Smiles Events. And so you can go to milesofsmilesevents.com, and we are the Inspired Intuitive Entertainment Company. So we know all about you, but we only tell you the good stuff you need to know. And then we also have Investigative Solutions Group, Private Investigations, ISGU.com, Spiritual Coaching and Handwriting Therapy at DeborahColleenRose.com. And if you need to have your boogies chased out of your house, DFW Paranormal Investigations.com. And we come out there free of charge. What a deal. I mean, seriously, what a deal. So anyway, contact us and we will see y'all next week.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.